my heart and hope to die. Welcome to my dark side.
Welcome to the Jesse James Show. I'm your host, Jesse James. All right, let's get into today's story. So there was a great post done today by multiple people. I don't know who the originator was, but it was shared by Vance Langman. And it says, in case you forgot what a lying POS James Comey truly is, this is literally 5 minutes and 47 seconds of lie after lie after lie, and James Comey getting caught in it by Chris Wallace. You could like Chris Wallace, you could hate Chris Wallace, whatever you want to do or say about him, it's your prerogative. But to be honest, like, this is a great video showing that. So that being said, listen to Chris Wallace's interview from a few years ago. This is years ago. So this traitor should be sent to prison for life after what he did to innocent people in this country. And that's also going after the J6ers. Like, that's just wild to me. All right, so here we are with James Comey's interview with Chris Wallace. Here we go.
I don't see the disconnect between the two of us, and I'm sorry that I'm missing it.
Here are you and the Inspector General, Michael Horowitz, answering the same question.
Do you think this is vindication?
It is. I mean, the FBI's had to wait 2 years while the president and his followers lied about the institution. Finally, the truth gets told.
Does your report vindicate Mr. Comey?
It doesn't vindicate anyone at the FBI who touched this, including the leadership.
The IG.
All right. I don't know. You can't say much more than that. Like, if you just look at it and it says there was no vindication of any wrongdoing. Literally, he did it. He lied on the FISA warrant. What was it? I think 7 times at the first time they initially submitted for the FISA warrant. And then a total of 17 times by the end after renewing it over and over and over. You got to be kidding me. Like, that just alone that's crazy. How can't, that should be the start of the conspiracy. Boom. Gone. They should have never brought those charges up. They should never have done anything like that to begin with. So let's keep going.
Says you should feel no vindication.
Well, maybe it turns upon how we understand the word. What I mean is that the FBI was accused of treason, of illegal spying, of tapping Mr. Trump's wires illegally, of opening an investigation without justification, of being a criminal conspiracy to defeat and then unseat a president. All of that was nonsense.
Here is what you said about the FISA process and what the Inspector General Horowitz said this week. Take a look.
I have total confidence that the FISA process was followed and that the entire case was handled in a thoughtful, responsible way by DOJ and the FBI.
We identified.
He had total confidence. Total confidence. 100% confidence. Not a little smidget of, maybe it wouldn't have, maybe it would have. We don't know, total confidence. That's what he said. Total confidence that it was all followed. There was no treason done by the FBI. Obviously, it seems like there was, especially from James Comey. We all call it. If the same thing happened, like if the roles were reversed and this happened to the Democrats, I would want justice, 100%. We don't need this authoritarian style leadership that the Democrats were trying to produce out of this. They were trying to overthrow Donald Trump and in place whoever they wanted. Remember, they didn't have primaries. They didn't run those. They kicked out Bernie Sanders at this time and put in Hillary Clinton. So on top of all of that information, that they kicked out Bernie Sanders, didn't let him run, put Hillary Clinton in the front of the Democrat Party. She lost, so they had to keep going with this and continued this crazy Russian hoax, which ended up being 100% a lie.
Significant inaccuracies and omissions in each of the 4 applications. 7 in the first application and a total of 17 by the final renewal application.
17 significant errors in the FISA process, and you say that it was handled in a thoughtful and appropriate way.
Yeah, he's right. I was wrong. I was overconfident in the procedures that the FBI and Justice had built over 20 years.
Again.
All right, I'm sorry. I know I'm pausing this a lot. But literally he said he was overconfident. That was his excuse. Overconfident that this lying material paid for and bought by Hillary Clinton and the DNC, which later paid like $100 and something thousand fine for this lies, he used 17 times in a FISA warrant. And he was overconfident. I don't know. You guys let me know what you guys think about that one. But that's another lie. Straight to the American people. Straight to the American people. Another lie. That's insane to me. How does this keep happening? How do we allow this to happen? We need to go after them. They all need to be from Obama's administration. Everybody they can go after for conspiracy in any way or any law that was broken, they need to go after them. If they have to put them up on RICO and put Obama at the top of the RICO charges, so be it. If they don't get him, they didn't get Young Thug. They don't get Obama, they get a bunch of other people underneath him. Criminal organization or criminal enterprise is gone. Dismantled. So let's continue this, but I think they need to go after it.
Here's your version, and again, here's the Inspector General.
My recollection was it was part of a broader mosaic of facts that were laid before the FISA judge to obtain a FISA warrant.
And we concluded that the Steele reporting played a central and essential role in the decision to seek a FISA order.
Horowitz says it wasn't part, as you told Bret Baier, it wasn't part of a broader mosaic. He said it played an essential role in establishing probable cause. In fact, he says, if it hadn't been for the Steele dossier, the FBI probably wouldn't have even submitted a FISA application. That
I'm sure he and I are saying different things.
Well, there's the issue.
I like how he chimes that in there. Oh, the Attorney General and I are saying different things. Yeah, he's saying the truth and you're lying. Man, it's like a little teenager that got caught. He's just trying to wiggle his way out, you know, any way you can. A little kid trying to get caught right now. Got caught in a lie, and he's trying to squirm his way out. Reminds me of like some little 9-year-olds or something running around. Here we go. But so the Steele dossier wasn't a mosaic. It wasn't with other information to get these FISA warrants. It was literally the key to getting this FISA warrant. Bought and paid for by Hillary Clinton and the DNC, the opposition research, like you got, like, I don't know, that's crazy to me. But bought and paid for by the DNC, Hillary Clinton, the Steele dossier, all lies, trash, fake. The DNC literally paid the Russians for Russian information. And then they're going after Donald Trump for colluding with the Russians. That don't even make sense. Sounds like Hillary Clinton was in the pocket of the Russians. Didn't she sell a bunch of uranium to them also? I don't know. All right, that's for another story. So back on this subject. It was without the Steele dossier, they had nothing. They had nothing. And he continues to be like, oh, it's a mosaic. It was a web of lies. We needed to create this. More lies and then get caught. This guy's a freaking... I can't wait to see him in prison. You know, he's going to get a little double wide off in the corner away from everybody where he can just do his thing. That's what he's hoping. I hope he's in Gen Pop. Yeah. General population. Open bay style. Racks and racks of beds. 100 dudes inside this one room. And James Comey is right smack dab in the middle of it. Top bunk. Done. He ain't going to last a day. All right, I don't wish that on anybody. That's pretty bad. But he definitely needs to go to prison.
Of how reliable the Steele dossier, in fact, was. On January 6, 2017, in the Trump Tower, you brief Donald Trump, president-elect, about the Steele dossier. That same month, the FBI talks to Steele's main Russian contact, the main person on whom he based the dossier, who says, according to the IG report, quote, Steele misstated or exaggerated the primary subsource's statements in multiple sections of the reporting. Director Comey, not only do you fail to go back to the president-elect or president after January 20th and tell him, oh, you know that report I briefed you on? Turns out it's bunk, but the FBI goes back and renews its FISA application 3 more times, And by this point, the FBI knows that the Steele reporting is not credible. Did you know all of this?
All of what?
Everything.
Chris Wallace literally laid out everything he did. So he reported this FISA, or got this Steele dossier, got the FISA warrant before Donald Trump was president, started spying on the campaign, got people into the campaign and spying on them well before Donald Trump was elected, and then continued to after Donald Trump was elected. And then after Donald Trump was in office, he ended up requesting the FISA warrant multiple times after that. And all of this information was just dropped right in front of him. He knows exactly what he's talking about. He is here to talk about that. So then he goes on there and says, about what? Again, that sounds like teenagers or even preteens. Like, what? I didn't, nah, what? Like, come on. You're a grown man. You're 7 foot tall. I don't know. Allegedly. And this is how you're acting? All right. Here we go.
We're talking about here. Did you know that, in fact, the Steele report was the key for probable cause? Did you know that the FBI had talked to the Russian contact and he said what Steele said he had told him was not true? Did you know this? You're the FBI director.
First, again, the report will speak for itself. I don't believe the FBI concluded that Steele's reporting was bunk after talking to a subsource. But no, I didn't. As the director, you're not kept informed on the details of an investigation. So no, in general, I didn't know what they'd learned from the subsource. I didn't know the particulars of the investigation.
But this isn't some investigation, sir. This is an investigation of the campaign of the man who is the president of the United States. Then there is, I've left for last, the worst misconduct. In August of 2016, just 2 weeks into the investigation, the CIA tells the FBI that it actually has a relationship with Carter Page, that when he has these meetings with the Russians, he actually goes back and he tells the CIA about it. But you never tell the FISA court that. And in fact, in 2017, an FBI lawyer doctors a document. The CIA said, oh, Carter Page, he's a source. And he puts in the application, he's not a source.
Yeah, I got to take issue with one of the, I'll answer the question, but one of the predications of your question, the Inspector General did not find misconduct by any FBI people. He found mistakes and negligent and oversight.
No, that's not true. In the case of Kevin Kleinsmith, he has referred it for a criminal investigation.
Right, but that's not been resolved. This business with the lawyer changing some email to a partner on the team.
I mean, you make it sound like it's not much. It's
quite very important. It's very.
He's literally trying to make nothing burgers out of all of these situations. As you can tell, it's just mistake after mistake after mistake. That's what they're saying. But these are illegal. If you file anything you do that's illegal today, you can just say it's a mistake and I can get away. Is that what his argument is? Is it the same thing with what's going on today and what he's being indicted for? Is his legal defense is be like, I didn't lie to Congress. It was a mistake. That's all it was. No legal recourse needs to happen. Nothing like that. It's all good. It was just a mistake. All right, let's keep going. This is embarrassing. Like, he's not even, Chris Wallace is not even a lawyer, not an agent, not anything like that. Just basic questions that every single person in America wants to know. And James Comey's squirming.
I mean, not a source to not a source is a big deal.
Remember how we got here. The FBI was accused of criminal misconduct. Remember, I was going to jail, and lots of other people were going to jail. People on this network said it over and over and over again. The Inspector General did not find misconduct by FBI personnel, did not find political bias, did not find illegal conduct. Inspector General found significant mistakes, and that is not something to sneeze at.
And remember, all of these reports that were sent out to us, the Inspector General report, the Durham report, all of that didn't give us what we know now today. And he knows that also at this time. And we know what the truth came out of that.
It's really important. But the American people, especially your viewers, need to realize they were given false information about the FBI. It's honest, it is not political, it is flawed.
It's unclear what the motivations were. On the one hand, gross incompetence, negligence. On the other hand, intentionality.
Gross negligence, or they intended to do it. They intended to lie to the FISA court.
All right, so you guys let me know what you think about that. Gross negligence, or they literally intended to lie, or they literally intended to lie to the FISA court just so they could spy on a campaigning president and a sitting president and continue this for years. There was also times where James Comey leaked all of this information out through his own contacts and his own sources to the media to get this out there, to start to spin this narrative. All right, well, you guys let me know what you guys think in the comment. Make sure you guys give me a like, share, and subscribe. I'm going to try to get some more content and information out to you guys and get some merch out to you guys here soon. I appreciate you guys following and watching my channel. Thank you. This is the Jesse James Show. Have a nice day.
Cross my heart in hopes to die. Welcome to my dark side.